In the shimmering chaos of the digital age, where fleeting trends drown genuine artistry, two distinct voices cut through the noise. Amyah Bennett and Bad Kid Paris. Amyah, a multi-hyphenate force blending soulful vulnerability with unapologetic confidence, crafts narratives that dissect modern womanhood. Meanwhile, Bad Kid Paris Shanice, wields raw kinetic energy, her music and persona, a rebellion against conformity, dripping with the unfiltered grit of Atlanta's streets. Their paths never crossed by accident. Both emerged from the crucible of social media, where authenticity is currency and relatability is revolution. Amyah's introspective storytelling, often exploring identity, love, and mental health, resonates like late-night confessions. Paris, with her razor-sharp lyricism and trap-infused beats, embodies the voice of a generation that refuses to be silenced. They aren't just creators, they're cultural archivists. This is a story of how two artists redefined influence in an algorithm-driven world, turning vulnerability into power and individuality into legacy. Journey, Part 1. Amyah Bennett's ascent began in the quiet corners of YouTube, where she transformed personal turmoil into poetic monologues. Growing up biracial in a predominantly white community, she navigated duality, code switching, erasure, the weight of otherness. Her early videos weren't polished. They trembled with honesty. A 2017 spoken word piece on depression went viral, exposing the cracks in performative wellness culture. Brands took notice, but Amyah resisted commodification. Instead, she launched Unfiltered, a podcast dissecting systemic bias in beauty standards, featuring activists and psychologists. By 2019, she'd penned Shades of Grey, a best-selling essay collection dissecting racial ambiguity. Meanwhile, Bad Kid Paris was brewing storms in Atlanta's underground rap scene. Raised by a single mother in Bankhead courts, Paris turned hardship into ammunition. Her early SoundCloud drops: No Cap, My and By, Block Hot, were raw diaries of survival, evictions, police raids, the seduction of street life. A 2018 freestyle over a Metro Boomin' beat caught DJ Akademix's attention, catapulting her into the blogosphere. She didn't soften her edges. She weaponized them. Paris' mixtape, Hood Prophet, 2020, fused trap rhythms with haunting choirs, sampling her grandmother's gospel records, a tribute to roots that anchored her chaos. Journey, Part 2. As Amyah's influence expanded, she collided with industry gatekeepers. A major network offered a talk show if she'd tone down the race talk. She walked away, pivoting to indie production. Her web series, Mixed Feelings, 2022, portrayed interracial relationships with searing nuance, funded entirely via Patreon. The project trended for its depiction of microaggressions in dating, amassing 50 million-plus views. Amyah became a beacon for Gen Z feminists, partnering with Me Too organizers to create safe spaces online. Paris faced different battles. After signing to a major label, creative clashes erupted. They demanded pop features. She dropped Fuck a Collab, a scorching diss track that trended on TikTok. When the label shelved her album, she leaked it herself, crashing streaming servers. The defiance backfired legally, but cemented her cult status. Her 2021 tour sold out despite zero radio play, venues packed with fans reciting lyrics like protest chants. Paris reinvested tour revenue into her community, funding music studios and Atlanta rec centers. "They tried to box me as trap," she declared in a complex interview. "I'm archive, I'm ancestral, I'm Atlanta." Challenges. Amyah's transparency became a double-edged sword. Trolls doxed her after she discussed abortion rights, leaking her address. She temporarily quit social media, later returning with a cybersecurity partnership to protect marginalized creators. Then came the plagiarism scandal. An influencer copied her viral poem, "Bridges Burned," word for word. Amyah sued, donating the settlement to budding poets. "Own your voice," she urged followers, "or someone else will." For Paris, the streets turned treacherous. A 2022 shooting at an after-party left her manager injured. Paris, though unharmed, faced trauma and industry whispers labeling her cursed. She channeled the rage into War Scars, an EP produced entirely in her basement studio. The track, Trigger Tears, sampled gunshots and sirens, a sonic memorial. Financially, both struggled early. Amyah maxed credit cards, funding Mixed Feelings. Paris sold handmade merch, tie-dye hoodies, beaded chokers, to cover studio time. Their hustle wasn't glamorous. It was survival. What makes them unique? Amyah masters the art of soft power. Her content feels like a conversation with a wiser sister, warm, probing, laced with hard truths. She rejects viral challenges for Real Talk Tuesdays, dissecting topics like colorism in Latinx communities or the myth of having it all. Her aesthetic, warm filters, handwritten captions, lo-fi beats, creates intimacy in a scroll-saturated world. Paris thrives in beautiful chaos. Her genius lies in juxtaposition, trap drums under Nina Simone samples, designer shades with thrifted jerseys. Visually, she's a mood board of Atlanta's soul. Neon-lit bodegas, peach sunsets, graffiti-tagged trains. Lyrically, she's a historian. My flow's the echo of Freaknik, the ghost of MLK BLVD's dreams. While peers chase TikTok snippets, Paris crafts albums as sonic memoirs. Both defy categorization. Amyah isn't a lifestyle guru. She's a digital philosopher. Paris isn't a female rapper. She's a southern griot with a trap passport. Future possibilities. Amyah eyes global impact. She's developing an app, Authentech, using AI to connect marginalized creators with grants and mentors. A book deal is underway, a manifesto on digital activism. She'll executive produce a documentary on Afro-Indigenous erasure, partnering with Ava DuVernay's Array. Paris plans to disrupt music distribution. Her label, Hood Archive, will sign overlooked Southern artists, offering profit-sharing contracts. She's scoring a ballet adaptation of Swan Lake, set in Bankhead, a collaboration with the Atlanta Ballet. "Imagine tutus and Jordans," she grins. Both hint at a joint venture, a multimedia platform merging Amyah's narrative depth with Paris' sonic rawness. Think podcasts with original scores or short films scored by Paris, written by Amyah. The vision? A creator-led empire where art drives change. Conclusion. Amyah Bennett and Bad Kid Paris are more than influencers or musicians. They're architects of a new cultural lexicon. Amyah taught us that vulnerability is strategic armor. Paris proved that authenticity is the ultimate rebellion. Their journeys diverge in medium, but converge in mission, dismantling facades in a world addicted to filters. Amyah's quiet resilience and Paris's thunderous defiance form a yin-yang of modern resistance. One soothes, the other ignites. They didn't just climb the ladder, They rebuilt it with sturdier rungs for others to follow. As Amyah often says, your story is your sovereignty. Paris echoes it in bars. This ain't a come-up, it's a takeover. Write your name in the concrete before they pave you. In an era of digital ephemera, they carved monuments. And their legacy? A blueprint for turning pixels into purpose.